Hey, welcome back again to Auto Transport Intel. It's noon on Thursday Central Time. That means it's time for Dispatching Live with Jay and Sue, where we give load board search advice. And we're going to look at the load boards. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's go to Sue. Can you see me and hear me okay? Again to Auto Transport.
I can. How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Oh, just fine. Looks like we're about to get some rain over here. I don't know about you.
Yeah, actually, well, I think we're in similar neighborhoods, so I think so. And it's been colder, right? Cold, rainy.
Yeah, it's dropped.
It's dropped.
Well, it's not. We're still having like 80, high 80s, low 90s, but it's supposed to be getting cooler next week, hopefully.
Yeah,
We'll see.
well, and next week should be nice, I think.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So, hey guys, thank you so much for joining the live chat. Please do say hello. Let's go into the live chat and see what's going on. Let's see. Oh, Ty says this is his favorite show. Thanks, Ty. What's up, buddy? Rob
Hey,
Stevenson.
Ty.
Hey, Ty. And by the way, Ty is, I think he's in. We were gonna do a live auction thing this morning, and that's gonna be. We're gonna postpone that to next Thursday. I think he had to run up to. I think he's in Nebraska right now. But and tomorrow we have a surprise. I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be in a different state at a different auction tomorrow. So that's exciting. That's on Cars on the Move at noon Central. Rob Stevenson, hello from I-70 in Washington, PA. What's up, Rob? Thanks for saying hello. Daryl Glenn Transport says hello. Oh, he says hello to Ty. so Ty says,
hey, Brian. That's his name is Brian.
oh, hey, what's up, Brian? Murphy,
He's one of our drivers.
Oh, he's one of your drivers. Oh.
Yeah, Mike is his dispatcher. Yep.
Oh, Mike's his dispatcher. Oh, cool.
Yes.
Wow, then he gets to tune in and just another way to browbeat the dispatcher. Murphy Auto Transport Services is here. What's up? Having a great day. Chance Irons. What's up, Chance? Chance is back. I don't know where Chance was, but he's back. Michael Culler says hello. Danny B says hello. What's up, Michael? What's up, Danny?
Oh, hey.
Michael's
Hey,
here.
Danny. He's one of my drivers, too.
Danny's here. Wow, all the drivers are tuning in. Get back to work. Chance says, I took the load to El Paso in the last video. Oh, that's awesome. Oh,
cool.
How cool. Thanks, Chance. Thanks for reminding me, too, and I appreciate that. And if I say, because I'm sitting here making off-the-cuff comments, if I say anything so off-the-cuff that, makes you want to click off, let me know, give me some context. Context is everything, aside from timing. So thank you so much. That's so cool. And let us know if, hey, do you have a route you'd like us to search? Please put it in the live chat. We'll definitely get to you. And what about, is there any dispatch advice you're looking for? Sue and I have a couple topics that we're going to cover today. Got a couple things we made notes of that we definitely want to talk about. Michael says that there's been rain there. Yep, rain everywhere. And Michael's in Farmington, New Mexico, right?
Yep.
Chance needs a load from Texas to the Northeast. We're still going through that's cool. So Texas, we got Chance, Texas to Northeast. He's in the, put him on the list. Ty says hello to you, Sue. What's up?
Hey, Ty.
Hey. Ty says hello to Brian. Everybody's high-fiving, popping champagne. Greetings from West Central Ohio. Charles Method is in West Central Ohio. Thanks for saying hello, Charles, and thanks for the station identification. That's awesome. AJ Color is here. Oh, AJ's here. Michael's here. AJ's here.
Yeah, AJ is Michael's son.
Dispatcher in training, I hear.
Yep.
Awesome. Yep. So you're going to need, what you're going to need, AJ? You're going to need some Yahtzee dice. All right? What you do, you shake them up. We'll go to the big screen here. You shake them up real good, okay? Because you're going to need something, and then you hope for something good. I need to get like a cam, the overhead cam shot of the dice hitting the desk. That'd be dope. And it's also rainy and cold in Omaha, so it's all around good times in the United
Everywhere.
States. So again, please put in the live chat the route you're searching for. We're gonna go to Central Dispatch with Sue. So what's going
Yep.
on today?
Well, I was going to start with how many loads are on the board.
I love
There's
that.
39,941, which is actually more than last week. Last week was 39,532. So
39,000 39,541. Huh.
that's
And
what you
how
had from last week.
and how many more is it?
Okay, last week was 39,532. So it's a little bit 400 more from last week. So it's actually gone up from last week instead of down.
That's
Because we have
interesting,
been
isn't it?
we've been consistently going down at least, 2 to 3,000 loads a week. So I was kind of shocked when we're almost like plateauing. They're like, we're staying there. So we'll see what next week looks like though.
Huh.
And let's see. Now, Chance wants us to look, but we're at in Texas. You're not still in El Paso, right? I hope you're not still in El Paso.
Good point. Yeah. Yep. We want some specifics. And do you remember his capacity? Because I do not.
I do not. Give us some more info,
So we'll get
Chance.
that
I
too.
don't
Let's go to
remember
the
that one
live
last
chat.
week.
By the way, please let us know if you can see us and hear us okay. I turned up my audio a little bit, so hopefully that helps. Don't want to be too quiet. Don't want to be too hot, too cold.
So
Chance needs
well,
advice. Chance needs advice. Oh, and by the way, Androt Cherry. Andro? Maryland to Midwest. Ooh, he just got on the list. Maryland to the Midwest.
I'll pull that page up too to get it ready. How's
And
that?
he also says Maryland and kind of the area, right?
Maryland and
Maybe do a like a Baltimore
Midwest.
100. I don't know.
Maryland to the Midwest and Midwest to Maryland. Okay, well we'll do Midwest. I have no problem with that. All right,
And Chance is talking about Mannheim. Cool. We'll talk about that too.
yeah. And then Rob Stevenson says, "Are the rates getting better?" I've not had a problem with the rates, but that's where I'm based out of. Well, where my guys are based out of. I do the Midwest, so the rates have been really good. And by Midwest, I mean anything from Ohio over to Kansas, Texas, Louisiana, and Georgia, kind of thing. That's kind of my circle. We'll do Iowa and Minnesota sometimes. The rates going up there have been great, but we've stayed away for the last week or two because of the riots again that are dealing with Minnesota and Wisconsin. Are pretty bad up there.
Crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. So, but usually, honestly, we can't get out of Minnesota or Iowa, and I've had no problems with doing it with my 4-car and even taking 3 and 4 packs out of there. Same thing with Omaha. Omaha is usually a rough one too, and we've been doing that pretty consistently. Like last week, I know, it was my 4-car that made the 11,000 that I told you about. We took
that's amazing.
we took almost.
What was that number you got?
I think it was 11,380 or something like that. Was that what I told you? What
On
it
a
was?
3-car?
No, that's a 4-car.
It was a 4-car. Okay, yeah.
But that is also it was $11,390, and that was from Saturday to Friday is what he made that in.
Amazing.
But granted, I took 1, 2.
Wow.
That week we took 3 4-packs, 1 3-pack or 2 3-packs, and then there was one day we had to take 3 pickups and 4 drops. So still a lot of that. 11,390 is pretty dang good money. So
that's crazy money. Crazy. That is crazy money on a 4-car.
Yeah.
And then the owner goes, "So can we do 12 next week?" Or whatever.
No, he doesn't do that to me. He was
good.
like totally stunned. He said, "I was really reaching for the 10 when you went over that. I was just totally amazed." He goes, "I've never seen that kind of money before." I said, "Me neither." So that's the most I've ever made with anybody. I mean, not for like a big car hauler, but for a 3 or 4. When I make 9,000 for my 3-car, I'm like, holy crap, you know what I mean? So, and we've done that a few times too. So yeah, the rates in the Midwest are a lot different than if you're dealing with West Coast and like up in Washington, Seattle, that kind of area is really hard to run out of there. The loads just don't pay what they do in the Midwest. So to compare it to people that live in Arizona and do that run, it's really kind of hard to do because, like, for example, I've got a guy that's in Arizona. He's wanting me to take him over to LA right now, and the rates are horrible. I mean, some of them are only $100 a piece, which is ridiculous. For 3 vehicles, they had them on there for $300. So that, yeah, I don't do that run for a reason. So, and I know,
There's
like,
no money
there's
in
some people
300
that like to,
bucks.
no, and here pretty soon, like the people that run like Utah and Colorado and that kind of stuff, they're going to be getting the weather, which Denver actually got snow this week.
Right.
So it's coming in early for
Yeah.
them. So I would imagine the passes and stuff up there are going to be horrendous. So if you're running that route and you have to be in and out every week, it's going to be really rough on you. Because some days, if the pass is done, then you're going to be, maybe sometimes stuck there for a day. I've had that happen, where they close it down completely and you can't go anywhere. So
Oh
just keep that
yeah.
in mind if you run that.
Crazy.
Yeah, weather is a pain in the butt when you're a truck driver for sure. So, and not that then don't get me wrong, not that the Midwest doesn't get its own storms, but they are nothing compared to what the West Coast deals with, the Northwest Coast deals with, anyways. And the same thing with the East. I like Massachusetts. I wouldn't be surprised if they start getting it. You know what I mean? It's just where you're at. So money is, when I say I'm making this kind of money, it's because of the area I'm running. It's not necessarily going to pertain to other areas of the United States. So, Chance is in Dallas, is what it says here. And he has 2 trailers, a 5-car and a 3-car, but he's rocking the 5-car hauler, he says. So let's look out of Dallas for him first.
Yeah, that looks good.
And if he's doing a 5-car, I'm going to do what I do with my 4, which is I just put up a minimum of 2. And I know he wants to go to, what did he say, the Northeast? Let me look here.
Yeah, he's got Texas to the northeast. Thank you so much for posting that too, by the way. That's awesome.
So the Northeast for them is like Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, PA, Delaware, New Jersey. Is that really where you're wanting to go? Because that's hard run.
Yeah, I mean, what if he's saying Dallas headed northeast, right? So maybe he doesn't mean like, Tom Brady's house, but more like, you know.
Well, let's do this. I'm just going to put up to all, and we're going to put a minimum of 2. And we'll see what pops up.
Hey,
here.
That's a good idea,
that might
right?
Be our
Route Scout.
Bet, and that way he can kind of see.
That's where we talk about. That's why the logo for this show, we got the dispatch dart of knowledge, and we're throwing it at the dartboard load board and lucky 7s. That's why I got that.
Oh, wait.
Shake up mine.
One more thing we're going to change here, so we don't get all the little loads. Let's do
Right, and he says southeast, so you did the right thing, Sue. Because really, he's looking for... He says southeast, east, maybe anything east. Which east is the right idea. Going west of Dallas is not... you can do it.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this.
All right.
Ty just bought us burgers and beer. Woo! Awesome.
Yay!
Thank you so much, Ty. Really appreciate that. Hey, just in case, if you don't know... Ty and I go live every Friday at noon Central Time on Cars on the Move. And what we're doing is we are connecting dealers, auctions, and carriers. And also Ty is our carrier consultant and resident coach. So if you're looking to build your business, you want to expand your customer base, learn how to talk to dealers, what's happening at the auction, talk to Ty. You can click on the link in the live chat. CTS Business Coaching. Talk to Ty. I'll put his phone number in here too while Sue looks at our search.
Okay, so a lot of stuff going to Colorado. I wouldn't recommend that. Let's see what these are. Wow, those are big. And here's a boat and an SUV going to Naples.
No.
Let's see. I love it when they post boats. I think it's hilarious.
Well, and
Does
boats
anybody
are
really take them?
well, and I just saw on LinkedIn, Reindeer Auto
Uh-huh.
Relocation had a post. It's boat season again, and I thought
Oh,
I had to
wow.
smile because I thought I know there's a market for that, but that's a niche within a niche, isn't it?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
man, that's
I think so
nichey.
too. Or my favorite ones are the one they list the boat and it's like it's not on a trailer.
Right, right. But and then to top it off, it'd be great if they post like have forklift at delivery
Right. Well, that's going to Chicago.
as opposed to
It
a
was pretty
crane.
big.
You're gonna need a crane.
Yeah. Hey, what kind of trailer do you have, Chance, for your 5 car? Is it like a Kaufman? I can't remember if it was a. I thought you maybe said it was a Sun Country, but I'm just guessing here. Here's
Yeah,
a
I can't
five
remember.
pack going up to Kansas City for 15. What is that? It says other.
Ooh.
Oh, it's got a big van in there. I don't know if you could do that. That's not bad. The 3 pack going up to Omaha. It's not really the direction he's wanting to go. See, my guys kind of follow the money until they're ready to go home, so I kind of look everywhere. Let's see here. That's really cheap. Going up to Ogden, Utah.
Oh,
Two
he.
pack
Oh,
going
he.
over to
Okay,
Birmingham.
he put the trailer in there. GN 550.
Okay. I don't know what that one is. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah,
Have
I'm
you?
trying to think if I know.
Let's look it up.
Yeah.
GN
When in doubt,
5. Look it up.
look it up. Is a
That's
nine-car hauler
all what
still possible?
Google is for. Oh, so it's an Infinity.
Infinity.
Okay.
Dang it! I was gonna guess Infinity.
One of
Dang
my
it.
drivers has an Infinity, but it's a 4. So this is a nice trailer. His is really nice too.
Yeah, I like that.
So you can put big stuff on there like he does. Okay, so that helps me. Let's here. Well, there's a 2-pack right here going over towards Birmingham. Here's a 4-pack
Intel, it's new.
going over. Yeah, you could take that, but you're only taking 4 with that one because you could lay it. That'd be rough. That F350 kind of is going to kill it. Let's look. And this guy, Ethan Hunt, I've taken loads for him. He does not negotiate.
Hey,
Just
Rob's
so y'all know.
hauling boats. Hey, look at
Okay.
that. I'm making really good money hauling boats. Most of my clients are direct, though. Well, there you go. And that makes sense. Good job, Rob, on finding a profitable niche. And that's what it's all about. That's what we want. We want you to find your niche. And until you do, we want to help you get the most out of the load board.
Because this might fit on you going to Mobile over here. It's an F350 Jeep Wrangler, Chevy Suburban, and a Hyundai Kona. So that might work. I don't know if you could put a 5th one on there with that, though.
So that's the problem. I don't think you can. I would pick, that might be good if you needed to move.
So it looks like you can put SUVs, though, in the bottom, same.
Yeah.
You could put that F350 on the top.
Yeah.
The Jeep Wrangler on the top because it's going to be tall, too. I mean, he probably knows more than I do whether it would fit or not.
He's not really making good money on that load, though. What's the money? Yeah.
Here's the thing. This
Dallas?
is all about turning and spinning. So if this was my guy, I would take this. I know it's only 52 cents a mile, but I would turn and spin him. He's moving so fast that he's not dropping and picking in 4 spots. He's doing this. You know what I mean? So that's why my guy made so much money last week is the turning and spinning.
Nice.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to do it for less than 52 cents a mile. I mean, if it was on there for cheaper than that, I'm not doing that. But if you're just trying to make quick money, that's the way to do this.
Might even,
in
hey,
and
what's
out,
the
in and out.
broker? Ethan Hunt, is that a dealer?
He's a dealer. He does not come
Ooh.
up on prices.
Oh, he
I've hauled for
doesn't.
him many a times.
Okay.
He does not negotiate, unfortunately.
Okay.
He's like, what it is what it is. And I'm like, okay, fine, let's go. Let's see. Here's a 4-pack going over to Little Rock for Stratton. They're all SUVs. They're not big SUVs. Those Nissan Jukes are tiny. Let's see. Looks like Stratton actually has 2 4-packs, so you might talk them into letting you have 5 if you wanted to go that way. That's a short run.
That's interesting.
And she sometimes will do that. Stratton's pretty cool, but it's a question on whether the customer lets them do certain things too. There's stuff going to Arizona that I probably wouldn't take. If you had to go there, I guess. That's actually not bad money. It's sad for 47 cents for a 5-pack, but
would you rather end up in Little Rock or Phoenix?
Neither. I would take the Mobile.
Hey, all right, good answer. That's a great. I mean, that's what we're talking. That's what we're talking about. That's what it comes down to. And only experience will know the answer to that kind of question.
True. Little Rock is hard to get out of. Arizona is hard to get out of. Alabama, you have several options because you even have Pensacola. There's a Manheim over there by Pensacola. The last time I was there and I took that load for Ethan Hunt, we went all the way to El Paso out of there. CarsArrive had a 3-pack out of Mobile, Alabama, going all the way to El Paso, and I picked up another one in Louisiana going the rest of the way. So I always recommend, if it's a place you don't know, or if you're new, go look and see what's coming out of that area. Now, don't get me wrong, things change on a dime, but you can see if there's loads at least coming out of there that you can work with. And then you go from there. Sometimes I'll book those before I book the other cars just to make sure I'm all the way covered too.
Well, and I want to say this is a good time for this, is that the kind of knowledge and experience that Sue is throwing down here helps point to, we were talking about, listen, if you're a new dispatcher, not only is there a lot to learn mechanic-wise of how to dispatch, but being part of a dispatch office versus being on your own, that dispatch office, I don't even know how you calculate the value there, because you can bounce off the other dispatchers or the dispatch office owner. Hey, this is what I'm looking at. Should I go to Arizona? Right. Should I go to Little Rock, or should I go to Mobile? And the answer is right. Mobile. And it could take a month to find that answer out the hard way. So
yeah,
just want to point that out.
But I mean, like I said too, like if you wanted to go to Little Rock, go look up Little Rock and see what's out of there.
Well, and that's
like I said, I usually
right.
Yeah, it's knowing it. Yeah,
exactly. The only way, if you don't already know, is to then you got to look at what we get. It's not a backhaul, but it's what are you going to do when you get there? You have to check that marketplace. Not that you can book anything right now, and you're also losing time on the loads that you should be looking at right now. Right. But somehow you have to understand the ability of getting out of wherever you're booking to.
Right. There's some stuff. Looks like there's some stuff going over to Atlanta. Like, those are big though. That won't work. I mean, it would work if you took probably 3 or 4. So I don't know if that helps you. Here's another 3-pack to Marietta right here. That's not bad. I know it's only 50 cents a mile. To be hooked up with Manhattan though, they do email only. Do not call them. It will tick them off. You have to email them all your documentation.
Yeah, I've done that.
And
I have done
pictures.
that. It's so funny, man.
Yeah. And pictures. They want pictures of your truck and trailer and all that good stuff. Looks like, see, they're starting to list stuff cheaper on here. And look, these Teslas, no way should you take anything that's a Tesla for 35 cents a mile because they're expensive. Something happened, it's not worth that cheap rate right there. I can't believe they're listening for that.
Which one was that?
See the Jack Cooper CT service. I actually just hauled for them too, and their
Ooh.
rates were good. This is not a good rate.
Ooh.
So, yeah,
I
you had
wonder
3
why.
Teslas on
You
there.
know why? You know why? I mean, I'm
Compare button.
speculation live. Right. Okay. Compare button number one,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
number two is that Dallas Atlanta is such a common route.
Mm-hmm.
I regularly, right? You see prices just squeezed on that route.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I agree. That's too cheap. I wouldn't do it. I'd do something else.
Yeah. They've got several of these on here. There's another 5-pack for 34 cents. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Here's a 4-pack going up to Iowa. It's not bad. It's paying 63 cents a mile. And here's a 5-pack going to Iowa. That might be too big. There's no car in there at all. He's going to have some cars. Let's see. Boise, Idaho. Don't go there. um,
Yeah, Rob. Hey, look
let's
at that,
see.
Rob's.
I mean,
Good point, Rob. The problem with Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Nevada, so spread out. You drop one, you
uh-huh.
have to deadhead a few hundred miles to get your next. That's the West. That you summed it up, Rob. That's why I never liked booking in the West because it's just deadhead city.
Yes.
I think
And for
deadhead
some
city.
reason, there's not the amount of cars either. I
Oh, I
mean,
know, right?
you're always struggling. So that's the other reason. Plus, if you go into California, you got to deal with all the emissions crap, and it's just, and traffic is a nightmare. Yeah, someone want to text Cammy and make sure she's okay. Okay.
Chance Iron says, last time I took a Tesla, the person I dropped it off didn't start and he got pissed. Wow.
Here's a 4-pack going up to St. Louis for $1,900.
Ooh.
That's a good, yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. Equinox, Durango, Forte Transit.
Yeah.
It's a good mix.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good pay.
That's a good. That's
What
a
do you
good
think?
ride.
What do you think the payment terms are?
RC Logistics pays 15 days, and they now use Triumph Pay, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I know it's a 15-day.
Okay.
If it's, it may be RCG I'm thinking of. No, RCG uses Triumph Pay, but RC Logistics, yeah, is a 15-day. I don't know. They used to require you to do additional insurance. I think they changed that too, though. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
See.
Hey, there's
And
another
there's a
one. Let's talk about
3-pack.
insurance real quick. Had a question come in this
Yeah.
morning. What is advisable insurance, cargo insurance on a 9-car?
So I know most brokers only require you to have like 250,000 on a 910. However, it shouldn't always be about what the broker requires. You have to think of it in terms of if you were to, I mean, God forbid something happened, but say you rolled the whole thing and every car was trashed. On average, we'll just say you even had a pack of low new cars, but most cars start out at 30,000, 25 to 30,000. That's not enough money to cover all those cars on there. And if you had one car on there, say a Mercedes that costs 75,000, 100,000, then you're totally out of the water.
Yeah.
So I would recommend anywhere between, 3 to 350. I mean, you have to check with your insurance company. Different insurance companies do different things. And sometimes only adding 100,000 only raises your premium like $1,000, but then some charge you 5,000. So it's
Right.
questions you ask when you're talking to insurance companies to get registered with them and all that good stuff.
And by the way, if you're
Because
looking, go ahead, finish your sentence.
Well, my 4-car, I mean, he carries 250, and that just tells you something right there. You know what I mean? So why would a 4-car have the same amount as a 910 car?
Well,
it doesn't add up.
Okay, so that's I actually one of the for barometers, right? I went and checked some of the load boards, broker carriers, and like CarsArrive, actually, the site says 5 and above 250. So I found it interesting that it's 50,000 a car, and then when they hit 5 plus, they just stayed. I found that interesting. I mean, at least you could book with them at 250, but I really expected to see more like 350. I agree. I think 350 is kind of the number you'd want to shoot for.
Yes, and I think Ready Auto has the same rules, and I believe United Road has the same rules for insurance. That's why I said it. I mean, most brokers once you're over a 4-car, it's the 250 range. But like I said, it's up to you. But just keep in mind that if something major were to happen, and it doesn't even mean if you wrecked, say act of God happened and a tree fell on your truck and trailer and demolished everything. Think of it that way. It doesn't mean that you had to wreck it. Something happened. And just so you know, you're still responsible for those cars, whether it's an act of God or not. A lot of people think that that's not the case, but that is not true. They are
Brutal.
still going to come after you for that.
Yeah, that's where the those bearing fires. That stuff happens all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had it happen a few
I
different
mean, it happens
times.
all the time. I mean, really, it's crazy. They gotta
Yeah, I
fix
had
that. They gotta fix the whole wheel bearing mechanics engineering
yes.
situation there because those things blow up all the time.
Yep. I literally had a woman driver and she was in Colorado, and it was probably a good thing because she was surrounded by snow and she kept throwing snow on it to get it to come out
Oh
to
wow,
stop it.
wow,
Yeah.
amazing.
Let's see.
So okay, so let's come up with a. We're gonna move on to the next search here in a minute.
Okay. I
So Dallas
think we had
to what? Yeah, what's our route scout determination?
um I mean there's stuff, like I said, there's stuff going to Alabama, there's stuff going
That
to
St. Louis
St.
load.
Louis.
That St. Louis load was pretty
That St.
good.
Louis load was nice. Yeah. Um, it looks like there's a little bit of, I mean, there's stuff going to Atlanta that was not just those cheap ones, but you're not going to get a full 5-pack.
Yeah.
It looked like you're going to have to stop at a couple different places. If that's the direction you're wanting to go. There was some stuff going to Florida that was not very pretty. So I don't know if you're wanting to go to Florida or not. So I would probably stick with, your Mississippi,
Alabama
Alabama,
or St.
you
Louis.
know, yeah. That's what's on here right now. Like there's stuff in here to Mississippi on here too that are
Right.
paying decent.
And that's what's
Like
so important. See, is that we just looked, right? How
yeah,
long have we
that's
known
pretty big.
about this search? And so what the point is that things can change constantly.
Oh
So
yeah,
if you're not in love with
yeah.
an idea, wait,
Wait, yeah.
right? There's
And
no reason
honestly,
to take something
to
you've known
take
for 10 minutes and turn it into
yeah,
an urgency.
yeah.
Patience is a virtue.
But in the same respect, if the driver's sitting there and he's on his break and he's finding his own loads, they're going to take what comes up, as well as I
I
do, because they
know.
want to keep moving.
And that's why when we see, some of those hard lowball rate
Hmm.
negotiations, there are
Hmm.
brokers counting on that somebody's
Right.
sweating it out and just needs to get moving.
Yep.
And it's not a knock against brokers. That's how capitalism works. So if you don't
Right.
like it, take it up with capitalism.
Well, and that's why I always say I know there's a lot of people that don't like dispatchers, don't want dispatchers, but you have to realize that we're sitting here in this office all day long, 8, 10, 12 hours sometimes, just looking for these loads so that we don't have to just take whatever comes up on the board. Um, we spend a lot of time doing this so that you guys can just drive and we do this part of it so that we can get you the best rates possible. Then we also, we verify them. I put them in pickup and delivery order for you just to make life easier.
Well,
This
and you
looks
were
like a
talking about,
double.
let's see, what was
Yeah,
your
same cars.
topic there? Let's see here. Explaining to people about the contract, responsibility. Talk more about that. You had something you wanted to say, right? Am I wrong?
About, you mean like
You,
when we sign up drivers underneath us and that kind of thing, on what they should expect, what we should expect, kind of thing?
well, that wasn't clear. I think it is. Getting paid from transporters.
Right.
What?
So as a
Yeah.
dispatcher, like we have contracts that we give out to our drivers, same thing like, anybody else doing a business should be doing. So that when how I work out mine is that I send out an invoice and an accounts receivable every Friday. It's due the following Friday. Um, and I usually have them pay me Cash App or check by phone. I very rarely do checks in the mail anymore, especially since COVID, because it's taking weeks on end for anything to come to anybody right now. So what I've had happen before in the past, and I've talked to other dispatchers who've called me recently, and they're having a hard time getting paid from their drivers and that kind of thing. That's why I have it set up kind of in stone that says, if you don't pay me by the following week, I'm not going to dispatch for you until I get paid. And some of the people think that they don't have to pay because they still got money pending. And that's not the way it works, unfortunately. I wish it was, but our job is to find you the loads, verify the loads. It says in my contract what they expect of me and what I expect of them. And it's not about if they've been paid or not. We still have to get paid too to continue doing what we're doing. We still have bills. We have to pay our overhead too to keep you guys moving. I understand that some drivers, it's almost like working paycheck to paycheck. This is not the business that you can do that in. I mean, honestly, it's really hard for you to do that if you don't have some kind of backing behind you to keep yourself moving. Because sometimes these people pay 30 days out. And what I always recommend, if it's that rough on you for doing billings, don't ask the dispatcher to do all CODs. It's near to impossible to do. Get a factoring company and let them factor your money. You'll get paid within 24 hours and you can keep moving. And then if you build up your capital after that and you don't need the factoring company, there's nothing to say that you have to keep using them. You have to use them for the people you've used before, you know what I mean? But you don't have to keep putting every load in there per factory. And that way you can pay your people and we can pay our people and everybody is happy.
Well, no, and that's a good rundown, because that is one of the problems, is that when a driver that hires a dispatcher has to put the dispatcher on their payment schedule, it causes a problem for the dispatcher's payment schedule. It's tough, and it has to be talked about. And I understand, I've had drivers say, okay, everything you book has to be COD, and that is brutal. We may as well be deadheading in the West.
Yes, I agree. It's near to impossible to do.
Hey,
and a lot of them, go ahead.
Well, I was just say, David just put in, this channel helps him with his dispatching. That's so cool. Thanks, David.
Awesome.
Yeah. You were gonna finish. What were you gonna add?
Well, I was gonna say, I know when they say COD, because there's a lot of companies now that are paying ACH. I mean, any of the big brokers are ACH within 24 hours, so that helps too. And I've noticed during COVID, I've had very few long payouts. I've had mostly, quick pays, CODs lately.
Nice.
I don't know, which is weird, because in the beginning, when, the first part of COVID, it was almost like 30 days on everything we were doing. So,
well, it's probably part of the incentive.
Hey, maybe they got money. I bet they got the SBA
right. They got their
loans.
stimulus. They put their stimulus money into the carrier fee.
Maybe they probably got SBA loans. So
I like that idea. Speaking of, okay, we got Maryland to the Midwest.
Yep, I got that up right now.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now searching Maryland.
I just put up there. Look, there's only 35 loads out of Maryland to the Midwest. So there's not a lot on here going that direction. There's usually always, I don't know if you consider Detroit the Midwest, but there's usually always loads going to Detroit.
I don't consider Detroit the Midwest, but
I don't either. But for some reason, some people do.
Well, some people consider the Midwest to be like half the country. Okay.
Well, I guess that's kind of. Because if I can include Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, Detroit, Pittsburgh, that kind of
right.
thing. That's kind of what I run.
Colorado, I don't know. Where does it end?
Well, see, and we had a heck of a time getting my driver out. He lives in Woodbridge, Virginia, and we took him. We got a 4-pack going down to Atlanta.
That's pretty
area.
Good.
Yeah, but it took. We started on Friday because he wanted to go out on Monday, and as well as I do, Monday was a holiday, so it was really, really hard. I couldn't find anything Friday. I couldn't find anything Saturday. Monday, of course, I worked half the day, and still nothing was on there. And if we finally got him loaded at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday, which was fine because he was sitting at home, so he wasn't using his ELD hours. He used it when he left, and then went down.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't always work that way. If the guy had been sitting there waiting, they wouldn't have waited. They would have been pissed. Like, if they're sitting there in El Paso going, "Hey, I'm still waiting for a load at 1," there would have been a problem.
Ooh.
Which I did have a guy in El Paso, but I already had him preloaded, so he was good. He worked on Monday and he worked on Tuesday. Was already ready for Tuesday. So, I know a lot of people don't like to run El Paso, but I don't really mind it too much. So I can usually get my guy loaded.
Expo Tractor says, I'm an owner-operator. I do my own dispatch, but I don't recommend it if you're driving. Please let dispatchers do the job right for you. It's pretty.
Right. I agree.
And I also, I appreciate carriers that either can do it or have a family member, because trucking is a family business. I think that's great. Yeah. But, sometimes it's just not. That's why it'd be an interesting, that'd be an interesting gig worker job if you could hire a dispatcher for, just a few loads, or I don't know. You've had that, Sue? You've had a carrier say, listen, I do my own dispatching. I just need a little help from time to time. Can you how do you help that carrier?
I don't do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I did it for one guy a couple weeks ago, and it was mainly because he was on the show and I've dealt with him before. Yeah. He's hauled quite a few cars for me as a broker.
Isn't it? No.
Yeah, because I don't do fill-in work, and the main reason being, as a dispatcher, you have to have, say you have 4 slots, you have to have a guaranteed income out of those 4 slots to make sure you cover, whatever you've got going on. And if one of those slots are filled in by a fill-in and he only works, once or twice a month, then that's not your guaranteed income. You can't pay your bills with that. So that's why I stay away from them. I also stay away from local stuff where they only want to run cars that are like $100 to $150 a car. It's just not worth my time to spend. Sometimes those $150 cars will take me 2 hours to deal with it. And for $10, that's actually less than that, then it's not really worth my time to deal with it. And honestly, I always tell them it's not worth their time to pay me that kind of money if that's what they want to do. And because I had a guy that lived in Massachusetts, remember, Louise, and he always wanted to do Connecticut to Rhode Island port. And those cars, like I said, pay $100 to $150. And with the amount of time you have to spend getting port documents and getting paid and all that stuff, it's not worth it.
Port, really dock receipts,
Yeah.
I'd rather be hunting down a gate pass than a dock receipt.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. It's just,
Speaking of, Rob is interested in your services. Just put it in the live chat.
Okay.
I just emailed it to you. So, Rob, you'll get a follow-up from Sue. Sure. I'm not going to say when, right? Because I know you're busy, but you do. It's amazing. You're great at multitasking. Sue, it's a good thing you're a female, because I've heard you listening while talking, and I'm trying to do something, and you're like an octopus. Ah.
That's what I always say. You have to be able to multitask like a mofo, okay? Because sometimes when I'm explaining how this job works, I'll say, okay, so I'll be talking on the phone, answering a question, typing up for a request for a cert, and I'm probably sending a text to somebody at the same time.
By the way,
there's a lot of stuff that goes with what we do.
On that note, I just want to point out again, in case the referee shirt freaks you out, the reason I wear a referee shirt on Dispatching Live is so many times I felt like a mediator. I'm trying to get the carrier to understand what's on the load board. I'm trying to get the broker to understand the cost of being a carrier. Nobody appreciates, I'm in the moment, and I'm like, I feel like, I'm some kind of mediator. So I wear a referee shirt. I hope it doesn't bother you. Thanks for tuning in. Please leave a like. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to mention this too, is that I did have a driver that was doing his own booking, and I was trying to help. And you know what? I just stopped looking. Because everything I tried to book was wrong, or he already had it, or we're looking at the same load. And if we're looking at the same load, how am I going to charge him for a load that he's already looking at? I think that was part of I think that became the standard. I already saw that one too. So I don't know. Anyways, it's
Yeah.
just a very hard situation, and I feel, because I understand the carrier, and again, that's why I say to brokers, you got to pay the carrier. You don't understand. I'm on the phone with them all day. I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out if I can live on corn nuts again.
Well, I mean, honestly, this is a hard job. I mean, don't get me wrong, their
Ugh.
driving is hard too because they deal with a lot of crap too. But if they are brand new, they do not understand sometimes the amount of crap we deal with the brokers not answering the phones and texting them and waiting for a load sometimes for 4 or 5 hours and hoping and praying it still comes in, even though they're like, I promise
Oh,
I'm sending you this
oh,
load after I get off the road and
man! Oh my
stuff like
gosh!
that,
I
you know?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a regular
I'm at
thing.
Home Depot. Hang on, I got to get back to my
Mm-hmm.
office. Like,
Yep.
ah.
Yep.
That's actually
It's a
why
regular
it's
thing.
funny. This is where, so when carriers complain about mobile apps, I'm like,
Hmm.
technology is the only thing that helps me get the load faster.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. I mean, because half the time anymore, you have to text them for loads. They don't answer, so you're texting.
Yeah,
And I don't know if I really mind it that much. Now, driver, on the other hand, it probably is a problem for them because they're driving.
right.
But as a dispatcher, if I'm texting, I can be texting for this load and I can be calling on another line for another one because I know I've got the one coming in, so I can call and get the other one on the other line. And like we did that yesterday, I knew I had the one coming in. I was talking to her on the phone, so I was texting the other one to see if it would come in because I knew they were a texter. So I knew I had two right then and there, so I had to wait for the third. So
Mm-hmm.
it does help. And and you were talking about whether you should charge somebody for a load that they see too. You know how this is how I do it. If you're doing all the background work for it, like verifying it and all that stuff, I still charge them for it because you're still they may have seen that
Yes,
load,
I
but you're
agree
doing
with
all
you.
the work
Oh
for it.
man, those phone calls, yeah, dude. And then where do you draw the line? If they say, "Well, that's
Right.
great that you do all that. I need you to do my IFTA, my IRP. I need you to
Nope.
hire and fire drivers." Michael
Nope.
Collar's like, "What?"
Nope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's
Nope.
part of the
Nope.
dispatch contract again, right? That's it,
Right.
it's so interesting. Contracts and all the legal stuff, it's laborious and it's time
Mhm.
consuming and but the thing is, it's just like any other say a sport. You can't play a competitive sport without first knowing the ground rules. And you have to do the
True.
same thing with any gig worker deal you're going to do. You got to set the ground rules.
Yep. It's and there's a lot. Unfortunately, there's a lot of ground rules in what we
And
do.
that brings us to the broker agreement, right? That brokers,
Right.
all the language brokers put in the dispatch. This is
Yeah.
actually, it's funny that I just said that because when there's all that language in the dispatch sheet, do you have time to read all that language?
No.
It's a problem. You don't have, no, you don't
No.
have time. You're like
I don't.
signed, sent, sealed, delivered. It's a problem, and boy, I don't even know. Maybe that'd be a good dispatcher's helper. Would be great technology to help you get through a broker agreement in 2 seconds. How about
Yeah.
that? How
It's
about,
like 20,
how
23
about
pages long.
how about when you're signing up a new carrier and you got a 12-page broker packet and you are filling it out like you are, you got to leave the state in 5 seconds. I've done that. I don't know
Well,
how,
yeah,
right?
because
How
you
many
do,
times?
because they won't hold the load for you.
No,
You've got to get
gosh.
that done, get a cert taken care of, and attach your W-9 and maybe your
Oh,
MC paperwork, all within 5 minutes to make sure that they'll hold that load for you at least 5 minutes.
and if the
And most
insurance
of them
co-
won't even do that.
and if the insurance
Yeah,
company's at lunch, forget it.
yeah, you're screwed. Yeah, I like the guys who have Progressive because you can at least go on the
Oh,
Progressive website and get your own cert,
I don't know
and
how
then
many
you know
times
it's
that
done.
saved me. That
Yes,
is the best thing. That should be standard by now. Everybody
it
needs
should
to
be.
have writeyourownCert.com.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
And I wish they would because either the insurance agent not even at lunch, they may have just not decided to work that day, or
Right.
or they're, it's like I had a whole bunch of certs I was trying to get last Friday, and immediately, and of course this is a rollover. Like his insurance was ending on the 10th. I was trying to get them all taken care of on Friday so that CarsArrive, United Road, everybody wouldn't be shut off. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And I get the ominous email that says, "We are not in the office
Oh,
until next Tuesday."
right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
You
Gosh,
know.
that is a pickle.
Yep, and that happens all the time.
And this is where the
And
carrier's like, well, I'm paying all this money. What am I paying it for?
uh-huh.
We can't even get a
Right.
certificate. Yeah. Yo. Okay. How did we do? Did we ever get anywhere? By the way, tell you what. Take a look. Take
Maryland,
one. Yeah.
I
Take
didn't have
one
any
more
cars.
look at Maryland. Do me a favor, Sue. Take one more look at Maryland. I want to do this. We're going to be right back and see if we can come up with a Maryland concept. We still need to do Michael Culler's Spokane, Albuquerque, and then my favorite, Detroit to Louisiana, Texas. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verification of loads when nobody answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years of experience in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021. Or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Hey, welcome back to Auto Transport Intel, dispatching live on Thursday. Thank you so much. Please do say hello in the live chat. Let us know what's going on with you. Great question from Robert. Do broker carrier agreements have to be renewed under the federal regulations? And if so, at what frequency? I would appreciate any guidance you can give on this. I love that question, Robert. I don't know the answer.
I know some of them, but
Is that right?
most big brokers do not. Like Certus does not, Ready does not, United Road does not. Who was it the other day, Jen? Was it Posey? Posey made us do one again. But most of them.
Oh, hang on. Okay. Yeah, Posey. Oh, so I've seen, is it just, most brokers do it annually, right?
Right. Well, when you sign up with them, that usually is good, period. But like I said, some of them make you do it every year. But in general, no, they don't. Once you're signed up, you're signed up. The only thing they make you do is give them a new cert when your cert rolls over, your new W-9 at the first of the year you're supposed to send to them. That's about it.
Is there a
unless
federal
something
regulation
wonky
that
happens.
governs it, though? Do you know?
That I don't know.
Yeah.
I
See,
mean, they've never said that.
I've never heard of a federal regulation. Where do you think? I wonder if Brian knows anything about that. I'll bet he does.
Maybe. Yeah.
Robert. Here's an idea, Robert. And then while Sue, go ahead and so you're still doing. Oh, you're doing Spokane.
I'm getting a whole bunch of them ready, so we can just flip to them here.
Cool.
When we're ready here.
I'm gonna say this, Robert. Here's what I want you to do. I love that question. Please ask Brian at Fleet Compliance Solutions. Okay. He was on the show Tuesday night. He's a friend of the show. Brian Riker. You can also go to yourdotguide.com. Brian is probably going to know if there's a federal regulation about this. Because otherwise, we're just going by what we've seen regularly, which is really, even if the broker carrier agreement is not updated, because I don't, even like when I had carriers sign up with like Ready, I don't think there was a regular annual renewal other than W-9, right? You got to have an updated W-9 on file. That's pretty standard. And updated certificate.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I love that question. So good.
So out of Maryland, did he ever tell us how big of a car trailer or anything? I mean, not that there's a whole lot on here.
I don't think he did, and I don't know. That was Androt, and I don't know if he's still here. Oh, well, he's talking about a 9-car hauler, 7-8 car.
Oh.
So, yep. So we're looking at decent size
JMN
load.
has this pack on here going to Matson, but it's only 27 cents a mile. That's pretty cheap.
Man.
Yeah. But there's not. I mean, there's not a lot to choose from. I would, instead of looking out of Maryland, if you're looking for big packs, I would look more out of Manheim, PA. I don't know how far down in Maryland you are, but you can't be that far from Manheim, PA.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Manheim, PA is going to be the place to look for multiple packs of cars. Here's a 3-pack of vans. I guarantee they're probably too big. So, yeah, those are big high roof vans. Can you call Matt? They've got another 8-pack. It's still just as cheap. I mean, there's just not a lot to choose from when you're leaving out of Maryland. Also, we could put in, actually, I don't know where you're at. So let's put in Maryland and Virginia because you're right there on the border. Let's try that.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Maryland and Virginia.
I'm sorry,
To
what did it say?
we were going to the Midwest, right? Yep.
It is.
Yep. So we are now doing. Okay. So this is for Muckle. Or you're still on. Are you on Maryland?
Yeah, I put in Maryland and Virginia, not just Maryland, because he's
Virginia,
right there on the border.
I like the Virginia
So-
idea. Right.
Yeah, because it might offer us a little bit more to work with.
Yeah, Maryland.
Because there are
Virginia.
some Manheims. Like there's some stuff in Virginia, like Harrisonburg, I think, is a Manheim. Here's a 2-pack, which I love this guy. This Dave Arbogast guy is awesome.
Awesome.
He lets you do night drops. He'll hide the check for you behind their sign.
Awesome.
He's great to work with. Let's see. I'm not answering yet right now.
Yeah, Jay, I just want to say, so Jay Wilson talking about the broker packets, where do you go to fill out?
Before I can answer.
Just check in with, if it's Ready Logistics, CarsArrive, or, it's another broker, whoever's saying they need a packet filled out, just ask them, can you email me a packet? It's usually a PDF, or it's an online, like a web form that you fill out, fields online. So just ask them where you need to go. But do know this, here's a pro tip. If you got to fill out a packet, assume you can't get that load today. If you have to fill out information, I mean, sometimes it works out, but
yeah, sometimes it does.
Safely assume you're not going to get that load. Try, fill it out like it's hot. But
yeah, I will say, like, the bigger packs you can usually get because they'll wait on you, but don't let it stretch out for a long period of time. But if it's like one of these that is hot on here, if they say they're not going to hold it, yeah, don't hold your breath.
Yeah. Oh, especially if they warn you not to hold your breath. That's a paper bowl. They're telling you something that you need to know. By the way, David says in the live chat, anyone worked with RCG Logistics Fork On, Fork Off? Yes, RCG is probably a pretty well-known company. They do a lot of salvage. Yep. Do you know anything about their payment terms?
Fork On, though. I think they're 15-day as well.
15-day.
They're not always fork on, fork off.
You have to ask.
A lot of their stuff is winch on. Yeah.
Or
it depends on where they're at,
So always, David, you know this as a dispatcher. You have to ask when you if you book the load and you think it says fork on, fork off, and you book it. Never use the word promise or guarantee, because when you call the pickup location and they say, oh, yeah, no, it has no axles and there's not going to be anybody there. Well, there goes that.
Yep. That's a normal thing.
Right? I don't know why, but it just did. That's why you've heard me say you got to put on your detective's hat and you got to play detective when you're a dispatcher. Now, I realize this may not be very popular, but unfortunately, a lot of loads require a detective. And that's part of why drivers hire dispatcher detectives. Now, we didn't sign up to be detectives. Dispatching's assumed that you just click on stuff, call stuff, book it, and go to the beach. But unfortunately, you end up being a detective, and then and it's not just one thing. It's not just that it has no axles. There's a wrong number in the address. That phone number's wrong. The name is wrong. And, there's the payment's wrong. The delivery's wrong, etc. So just know, whether you're a carrier, dispatcher, broker, dealer, shipper, somebody's probably going to have to do detective work. And so, please, if you are a shipper, if you stumbled onto this channel somehow and you're shipping a car, please provide all the accurate information. Don't hide that, it's missing a wheel,
Everything.
or it's in a ditch, or, just don't hide it. Just put it, just tell the broker, tell the carrier, because they're going to find out anyways. And if they find out the hard way, you're not going to like it. So
no, because you're going to get that phone call for sure.
You are going to get a phone call. Well, so please, please, please cut down on the detective work so I can set my pipe down, I can take off the hat, and I can just book loads and we can all get back to work. Okay? Thank you.
Well, and honestly, they've gotten really lazy all the way around. They're not even putting your pickup information, your delivery information in there half the time. They're like, oh, it's at Mannheim, so figure it out. That kind of thing. Here's your release. It's got the address on it. So just do it. I got like 4 of them yesterday. I had to explain to a guy yesterday how to send me a load. And he's like, I don't know how to type in the pickup or the delivery information. I'm like, well, it's quite clearly on there. It says, pick up, right in the address. And he's like, I can't figure it out. Can you help me? I said, I know where I'm picking up. Just send me the load. I'll deal with it. So I had to literally fill in all the pickup and the delivery information. All he gave me was the lot number and the buyer number. That was it.
Well, that's another thing you'll see. You'll see, like, it might just say, like, Mannheim, PA. Or like Copart, Mississippi. And if you don't know, there's going to be the guy that doesn't know.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Now what do we do? Yeah, and that counts as detective work. I mean, I realize, listen, if you're a broker and you're so busy that you don't need to worry about, because you order, burgers, fries, eggs, everything's just going like crazy, and you're making money like crazy, we'll just assume that your benefit is somebody else's detective work.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
Just get the information.
We've looked out of Maryland, Virginia. There's not a lot on here. As you can see, there's only 113 loads going in the Midwest. You're looking for a 9-pack. The only thing on here was that crappy JMN load, and they've got 2 of them. You could ask them for more money. I don't know if it'll happen. And it also says mixed units, so I don't even really know what they are. But generally speaking, they do know how to build a load, so they should have the right mix on there, but questions to ask, for sure. Because they like a lot of big trucks. JMN always likes to do a lot of 350s, 450s, and stuff like that, so. But I wouldn't take it, but, you're also, there's not a lot on here to choose from, so. Give her a shot, give them a call, ask them for a decent amount of money, and, see what they say. Let's see. What else we got here? We got Spokane. Is that our next one, or Detroit? Detroit? We'll do Detroit.
Well, no, we got Spokane is actually next. Okay. I fear what we're going to see. Spokane, Albuquerque. That should all fit on one page.
Okay, yeah. Well, this is what I did because there wasn't anything. So I put on
Right.
here
There
Spokane.
wasn't
Yeah.
anything.
So
Oh. Oh, it's
I
brutal.
put in here instead Spokane to Utah, Nevada, Colorado, New
Yeah.
Mexico, and Arizona. And I only came up with 23 loads. That's not ever good. So here's one right there. That's not even in Spokane for $1,000 for Sherpa. Sherpa's a good company to work for. I like them. They always pay
And
a
I,
decent
I
amount
think
of
they
money.
do they do a lot of stuff in the West? Maybe?
No, they usually do. Most of the stuff I've hauled for them is in the East Coast or Midwest. That's the
Okay.
first time I've seen one over that
Oh, okay.
way.
And there are, hey,
Let's
pro
see.
tip, there are brokers. The reason we're talking about this, there are, if you're in the West and it's sparse, right?
Uh-huh.
Get to know all the brokers that do a lot of posting in the West. Like Auto Shipping
Yep.
Group, I think
Oh,
they're
wait.
one.
Who?
Maybe. Auto Shipping.
Which one?
They used to be, oh man, when brokers changed their names. That should be a
Here's a
show.
2-pack going into Denver. Oh, it doesn't really go to drop in Paonia,
Was it
Colorado.
Red
Where
Carpet?
the heck is that? Yeah, Red Carpet's built out of Washington. Yeah.
See, but I think they changed their name to,
81428.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, they may have. You're right.
I
I
think they
think you might
changed
be
to
right
Auto
with that one.
Shipping Group.
I don't know. We'll go look. I can look that up. Let's see. Oh, wow. So that's not really Denver. Oh, not even close.
Actually,
224 miles.
there's
It's in the
your
mountains.
detective work. Actually located in Spain.
Paonia? Yeah. Well, and I guess if you want to go skiing, that might be a good place. But I don't know if I'd take a truck there. 'Cause it looks like it's in the mountains.
Well, we're
And
glad
then
somebody's having fun on this load.
well, and I'll be honest, it's Mercury.
Brutal.
They're probably not any good. So,
Oh,
no,
Mercury.
I mean,
Oh.
if I get a load from them once a year that's good, I would be surprised.
And now,
Usually they'll say the car isn't available.
now wait a minute. So wait, what's the distance from Denver to Paonia?
224 miles.
And it's this.
Yeah, look.
You get an
Look.
extra 2 cents a mile. Yikes.
Well, you're getting paid more. Technically, if you're just going from there to Paonia, it's actually paying more than what they're showing. But who wants to go? I mean,
Well,
that's
yeah,
Green
right,
Junction to
because
get
you're
there.
going 10 miles an hour for the last 4 hours.
And sucking gas going up
Oh
and
my
down the
gosh,
hills.
yeah, no, that load blows, dude. And I'm
Yeah,
sure
it's
the
in
customers,
Post Falls.
the customers like, "Where's my car? You promised."
Yes, that's probably true, and he probably got it off of our favorite place.
Oh,
Let's see.
exactly.
So
Uh-oh.
there you go. That's the route for that. That's crazy. Because to get loaded, you're gonna have to go to Denver. So that's not even worth it at $700 a car. I'm not even close. So that's 67 cents a mile when they got it listed this way. It's 65 cents a mile if they've got it going to Denver, but that's because you don't have to go down those hills.
So
You're going across the top
So
side.
here's
That's
the
the difference.
And here's the deal. That load needs to be at $2,000. Okay.
Yes, I
It
agree.
needs to be at $2,000, and
Yeah.
just what do you think the shipper's paying? Let's do that. Let's play. What do you think the shipper's paying?
He's really charging them. I bet
Right?
he's charging them $2,000. He's put it on there for 14. Yeah, that would
Whoa,
be my guess.
that's my guess too. So thanks for playing. I'm gonna do one of these. Go fish.
Well, here's a 56 center. There's a couple on here going down to Phoenix, but geez, and this is a Copart car. This should be paying more. You've got negotiation room on this one, because I know this is silly, but when they wrote on their Copart, you know right then and there that they want to get this out of there because they're going to start paying storage on it if they don't. So you do have some room to negotiate that one for sure. And it looks like this is the same car listed right here, this Ford Explorer and this Ford Explorer. Unfortunately,
And
getting
that
loads
rate
out of
blows.
Washington is hard. Yeah,
From
I mean
Spokane
these
to
blow, but
Phoenix?
this is the way these rates are.
Oh my
That's the
gosh.
problem with
Those
this.
rates blow, dude. I
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know what you do. If you live in Spokane and you
yeah,
know,
that's a rough run.
that is a rough run, man. I don't know how you
Oh,
make
that's
any
right. I
money.
put
How
on
do
here
they
as a
expect you
Texas.
to
Yeah.
they don't. They can't
Oh,
possibly expect you to stay in business.
they do not care if you stay in
They can't.
business.
No, there's no
See, what
way.
I would do instead is it for like when you're in hard areas, like I always say in Houston, and this would pertain with Spokane too. You do the shortest run to get you out of the crappy area so you can get better money out from there. So I would run stuff like from there to Salt Lake, because that's probably your next biggest city. I don't know about Reno. I put in Nevada, so there's nothing on here. There is a F-350 going down to Vegas for $1,009, but you're going to need a winch. It looks like on that one. So I don't know if 87 cents a mile, but that's possibly that. I've dealt with
That's
Ultimate. You
right.
could probably negotiate for
That's
more money than that.
right. That's actually better. So I would
Yeah,
negotiate to $1 a mile and take that one.
yeah, yeah. And it's a non-dually, so if your trailer isn't a 102 wide, then you could fit this. This would work. But you're going to have to be careful, on the length of your trailer, how much room you actually have. Um, So you'd want to ask them if it's a long bed or a short bed so you could predict really how long this is. I'm going to guess and say it's at least 21 feet long. Let me look real quick. And a way to do this, if you're, just wanting to do this on the fly, because sometimes Central's little information tab does not work, which apparently it did not right there. So this will tell you, like, if this is a short bed, long bed, these are your things right here. So if it's really only the 227.6, it's really only 19 foot long. So that's not too bad, actually. You could overhang that with two other vehicles. That's a possibility, Mike, but there's nothing else going to Nevada. But you could work that with Arizona. Like you've got, because you could always pick up another one in Vegas to make up your difference. Because this is a long run. I don't always say do that, but this is a long run. This is a 2-day run minimum. So you're going to have a stopping point. So you can drop and pick something along the way. I don't think, though, from Vegas to Arizona, they're that spectacular. I'm going to guess and say $200. And you know me, I don't stop for $200. Just not worth it. But
You're
you're going to
right.
need
Well,
a
here
little bit
and
of,
I definitely I know what you're saying. If you know you're headed to Phoenix and you're dropping that truck off in Vegas, then it's
yeah.
probably worth grabbing that $200, something like that.
Yeah.
As long
Especially
as
if you're going to stop anyways because of time, your
yeah,
ELD, grab an extra car as long as it's not out of your route
but no
or
winch,
something weird
no
is going on. Yeah.
no fork on fork off for $200. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what's on here just so we have an idea. But you could definitely, Mike, put together that one with two smaller ones to take to Phoenix with. Yeah, see here, CarsArrive has one. It's an in-op with no keys. It should be paying that kind of money.
Yeah, wait, that's funny. Well, now wait a minute. That's interesting. Okay, so could you do that? You drop off the truck, $425. Well, it's a no key in-op.
Yeah,
Man, no key in-op. No, it's not worth it.
I mean, if it was rollable with no keys, yes. But what's the likelihood of that? It never works that way. Very rarely.
I've had almost
is it
no.
still rollable.
I mean, and thank you, CarsArrive, for posting no key, right? Because that's when you find that out the hard way, man, you're ready to kill.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
I don't think I've transported more than one or two no key in-ops successfully in my career. No key in-op
But here's one for Ship Your Car Now paying
crazy.
It's an in-op. Is there a Copart in Henderson? I don't know if this is needing a winch too, but it's $350, $29 a mile to fit in that spot. Or here's one that runs and drives for $300 and all.
There we go. That's it. And it's a Porsche. There we go. Porsche It's a store. Yeah.
It's going to be a dealer to dealer situation or a Manheim to dealer situation.
Yeah.
That would be worth doing.
That's it. That's it. There's your connection.
Or here, Anu has a Chevy Express cargo van for $425.
Really? Hey, this.
Yeah, it's a 2500, but it should fit.
Looking
it's not
pretty
going to be
good down
any
here.
bigger. Yeah, it's not going to be any bigger than. So, this is what I would recommend. I would talk to this one that we were looking at. Ask for more money. I would ask for at least 12. Tell them it's going to need that to be winched on. And then I would put together with your Arizona stuff. You could put this 4Runner isn't going to be that big. Let's see what it is. I hate it when this thing does not work. I'm going to say the 4Runner is probably 16 foot long, though. That's usually about what they are. And then you've got this Ford Explorer, not the one that's 700. You want the one that's paying 8. But when you call to get this, you better say, hey, this is double booked on here.
Yeah.
There's no problems involved in all of that. But that would give you 8, and I would ask for more money on this one too. But say if you went 8, 8, and 1200, and say we took that van for $425, that's $3,225, and we're looking at a run of at least. I'm not going to put in all the mileage in here, but let's just say, with all the driving around, let's say 1,500. So you're a little bit over. You're a little bit over $2 a mile if you do it like that, which that's good money for a 3-car. Going and getting them out of Spokane. That's what I would probably recommend doing if these were available. There's some little
right. There's a lot of ifs, right?
Yeah,
and that's where I say to the.
Yeah.
There's no high fiving
start
just
with your
yet.
Money. Yeah.
We can pop the champagne after you deliver in Arizona.
See if you can get this money car first. That's where you start, and then you work your way out from there. And obviously you can't grab these cars out of Vegas already, because this already is a 2-day trip. So you're gonna have to hope that either that load's still on there, or they're nice enough to give it to you out in advance. They won't always do that, because when they're paying this kind of money, it's usually a rush situation.
I know. That's what I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
But the good news is we saw there are several options from Vegas to Phoenix.
Absolutely.
And by the way, hey, look at that. Go to that Chevy Express, a new load for me.
Yeah.
And exactly. Let's look. You see that? You see the Truckify link? So highlight that. Yep. And then you can open that in a new window. And when you're signed up with Dispatch Center, get signed up with Dispatch Center. It's the Truckify mobile app. It's Dispatch Center. Another great way to book loads without having to make a phone call. You can negotiate. And that all kicks off with that Truckify link, which you'll see on Dispatch Center. And when you get the load, then Dispatch Center updates Central Dispatch to pull the load off the load board. So you know it's good if it's posted.
I don't think it's posted. But
really?
I will tell you this. Yeah, it's not on the Dispatch Center load. Look, not there. But
maybe it just got booked.
It could have been booked. I will tell you, the new is still having a problem with paying attention to their notifications.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, man.
We're requesting them, and they're not answering us for an hour or so. So we're calling.
Oh.
And then they're like, "Oops, we forgot to look over there."
Oh. Oh, okay. Well, some technology is ahead of the user. So what can you do?
True. And they're pretty busy over there at Anu. I don't know how many people they've got working there, but I know that we have to leave messages a lot of times for loads. Or what I do, I just call back until I get somebody. But
exactly.
Just so you know, they don't like to return phone calls, or they return phone calls like hours later. If you really want a load, you call until you get either a yes or a no.
Does anybody still leave voicemails? Yeah, I know. I just hang up. Yeah,
that's pointless. When they call back and you've left a voicemail, you're like, oh my God, really? You're really calling me back?
So, Sue, I think you did a good job searching that one. I'm going to cross it off my list. Here's the deal.
Okay.
We got to run in 10 minutes. So we do have Detroit to Louisiana, Texas, 9-car search. We're going to do that. And then we'll try to sneak in 11 transport Georgia to California.
So the Detroit down is a 9-car?
Yeah, Detroit to Louisiana,
Okay.
Texas, 9-car.
I
And
don't
that
think we're gonna
shouldn't
find
be. There should
It's not
be.
gonna- No, I don't think so. Here's a 4-pack of pickups. I don't think that's going to work for you. Those are big.
Ooh, yeah. 2+ pickups. 2 pickups is the most I want to see.
I don't usually find a lot of 9 or big packs on here. I will take 4 packs, but they're usually pretty big. Here's another 2-pack for wholesale. The 2500 and a 1500. And it's an older 2500, so it's probably similar to the 1500 that's on there. Here's another 4-car for CarsArrive going down in Houston. They are for F-150s. There's another Dallas. There's plenty of Dallas stuff, but there's not a lot of multi-packs on here right now. There's another 2-pack down to Houston. And if you guys notice, the multi-packs on here are paying really crappy. These should be paying way more out of Detroit. That's why I like to go to Detroit. But I will say, I do not do this many miles. I do short miles with Detroit. So if I put in Detroit, I just put in a minimum of 2 and let it ride and see what comes up on the board. And you usually get better rates. But if you got to go a certain place, of course, you can't do it that way.
Well, here's what I would do. I would do this for John. 9 cars more, but we could figure it out. But if you do Detroit to what is it? The South, Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama.
Yeah.
And put in a minimum cents per mile of 70, 65 cents. So you're just getting that cream of the crop on the top. Start looking for your gold bars, and then, really, I'm looking for, when I book out of Detroit, I'm looking for something paying $1 a mile. I'm looking for a minivan that pays $1,300. That's what I'm looking for.
There's nothing on here. They're barely paying 52 cents a mile all the way to Louisiana right now.
Oh, forget it then.
Yeah. So let's just do this. Well, like I said, that's why I do shorter miles. I don't do those longer miles. They just don't pay. So this is what I would normally do when my guy's in Detroit. I do this, and I put a minimum of 2 cars on here, and I put a minimum of at least $500 per car, just to kind of see what's on here. Yeah, that's good
too. Yeah, I love that field. Thank you, Central Dispatch. That's a good field.
Let's see. Let's see what comes up here. Oh, by the way, my internet guy that showed up here the other day.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
No.
Not gonna happen.
You're not gonna get better internet there?
Yeah. No, I'm not. Unfortunately.
What, you too far
They said
from
I
the
do not have a line of
road,
sight to the tower.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
well, I'm on top of a mountain too. To see the winds that come through here, especially during tornado season.
Wow.
That's why I have a tornado shelter. But yeah, I don't have line of sight to the tower or some shit like that is what he said, and totally ruined my day.
That blows. Doesn't he know we've got the #1 car shipping business channel to run?
No, he did not. And I did tell him that, but he didn't seem to care.
What? He didn't care?
No, he was the one that caused all the dogs to bark the other day when he showed up, and I was like, "You said you didn't need me." Let's see here.
He caused the dogs to bark? How could he?
Oh yeah, he had the dogs going nuts. Okay. So it looks like there's plenty of 4-packs going over to Matson if you wanted to go to Chicago. Here's a 9-pack that's inside the state.
I'm gonna say no.
Going 138 miles for $1,000. That's really not bad.
Wow, that's actually really cool.
Yeah,
I would do that one.
Yeah,
start with that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You see that? Hey, did you see that load? I
About
think
what?
this is Rob. Hey, Rob, did you see that load with Royalty Logistics? Man, do that
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah. For 138
I mean, you
miles if
save
you're up
all
over
kinds
that
of
way.
money. Sleep at home. You don't have to eat at Denny's.
Here's a 6-pack going over Minnesota to Rochester for $26.50 at 70 cents a mile.
Huh, I like
Here's
that
a
too.
nice 4-pack. Let's see. 4-pack to Columbus for $1.70 a mile, $16.50. If you could fit 4 trucks, man, that's even better. That's $1.70 a mile for 242 miles. If you could fit that puppy, take it. Then move out of Columbus to down to Texas if you got
Yo.
to.
This is what's great about Detroit. It's just
Yeah.
barfs out cars.
If I could go back and forth to Detroit, I would keep my drivers there all the time. Let's see. Here's
Hey,
another
Sue,
5
what's
car
your
going
email
down
address
to
again?
Huntsville, Alabama.
Murphy Auto Transport.
It is Murphy Auto Transport 31 at yahoo.com.
Okay.
Flint. There's some stuff going to
Cocky. Okay, so I'm going to read this. Cocky, Kane, and Moa. He says, a certain company told me that they will assign me to run some of their transporters, so please help me out because currently I'm working under another dispatch, meaning I don't know more about how. So, Cocky, you should contact Sue, and, I mean, you're going to have a discussion about, again, we talked about ground rules, but there might be something you guys can put together and figure out.
Yeah, you have to explain that a little bit more to me, too. I didn't really completely understand.
Well, it basically needs help dispatching, but there are some parameters, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you wanted to go any place but where he said there's plenty of loads out of Detroit.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are plenty of loads out of Detroit. In fact, here's the synopsis because we only got a few more minutes. Plenty of loads out of Detroit, but be willing to maybe not go all the way south, but just jot down to Ohio. I don't know if there's something in Indiana that looks good. I probably wouldn't do Chicago because you don't need to. There's many other great options.
Yeah.
And then in
Chicago wasn't. I mean, the pack to Columbus. I would go Columbus.
Yeah, I like the Columbus
to be honest
idea
with you.
too. That's
and
a
then
good one.
Go someplace else from there.
Yeah, and stay near Detroit. Georgia to California. I don't know if we have time to look, but Georgia to California. I don't know if you already have a page pulled up. Georgia to California. What can I say? I'm glad Michael Culler's pulling out the tunes.
I'm assuming Atlanta.
Yeah, like Atlanta to Los Angeles. I don't know. I'd rather look out of Spokane.
Let's do Los Angeles. I think that's our best. I don't think you're going to like what we're going to find.
I don't. I do not think you're going to like that. I'm going to need a new prop.
You're not like a car trying to go that way.
I'm going to need like a roadkill prop because I think Atlanta to LA is going to be a roadkill.
Pretty much. It's going to be pretty bad.
Yeah.
All right. There's only 26 loads. They're 28 cents a mile, 32 cents a mile, 28 cents a mile. This is an in-op. They're going to do 40 cents a mile. I mean, this is pretty much the norm on here. Oh my god!
And look at.
They want just to ship a quarter panel.
This really is roadkill. Ouch.
Yeah. And it's in Farmsville, which is way out in BFE.
Wow.
A lot of these aren't even Atlanta, so I don't know where they're at.
There's a 13 cents a mile.
Well, that's the Ford. It's a door. They want you to take a door and a quarter panel.
What?
That's why it's 13 cents a mile. They don't want to ship it, basically.
Who's gonna?
Why
would you even bother with that?
I mean, honestly, if I was, because I know they're probably going to charge them $1,000 to ship it through FedEx or something, and they're trying to get done something cheap by getting somebody to take it. But that's not worth your time.
You couldn't even get a high school student to do that. Could you?
No, you're right. No. For one, they don't want to do anything, Jay. So.
You see this crazy show this guy's talking about a high school student and roadkill? What?
I mean, I don't recommend this. And if you're, the only people that usually do this run are like a 910 car. And look, there's not even there's no packs on here. So if you're going to do them this cheap, they certainly better be in a pack. Wow. Yeah. It's like running anywhere between 26 cents a mile. Well, here's one decent one. United Road has one on here for 56 cents a mile, but you got to be registered with United Road. And then they take a fee. So don't forget about that. If you do a quick pay. I think United Road was 5%.
Oh, wait. Hey, what was that? Was that a BMW for, oh no, that Mini Cooper? Yeah.
Yeah.
How many of those
but
are
you got to be registered. Yeah, you got to be registered with United Road.
I'm actually surprised. That's a good load.
That is a decent load if it's still available.
Yeah, right. Huh.
What does that mean? Look at this. No longer available. Shayna must be registered with United Road /Holly. What the hell does that mean?
So no longer available Shayna must be registered with United Road. But yeah, why is Shayna's number in there? That's weird. No longer available.
I don't know. Her phone number's not even there. So it doesn't make sense.
Was somebody trying to tell Shayna, but they posted it in the reference ID?
Well, yeah, but
Can anybody email Shayna? Hey, who's got Shayna's email? We need to email Shayna.
I don't even know that person. I've never even heard of a Shayna at United Road.
Don't make me get my detective hat back out. I don't want to do that.
I think you'll need one because the no longer available to close it off.
No. We don't have time for the detective work. I gotta go. I got another phone call to make. Door. Okay. Joseph says a door and a quarter panel. I could put that in my sleeper and sleep in a tent for $300. That's actually a great idea. That's what it's gonna take.
Here's one good one on here for 81 cents a mile. Of course, it says Dodge Ram. We don't know what size of Dodge Ram it is. It could be a 5500 for all we know. Which some of these people are notorious for doing this.
Dodge Ram. That is good.
Just don't believe it.
Well, no. Here's the thing: is when I read that, here's what I'm thinking. Okay, that Dodge Ram has a camper shell. It's extended. It's got a cow. What do they call those? Cow catchers, bull rammers.
Yes.
This thing was built. This thing was built in like a nuclear shed in Texas. It took the guy 2 years. It's a one of a kind, and it's probably lifted, has extra size tires, and it's been named like
probably a monster truck.
Yeah, it's exactly. When he's got time off, he races it in stadiums. So there you go.
It's something. It's not a normal truck.
It's not a Dodge Ram.
It's not just normal.
No,
it's not a 1500. It might be a 5500 or something. It's got
a nickname like Raminator.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I realize it's not available until the 14th, which is next Monday. But if you were running this route and this is a normal route, someone should have already taken that. Unless there's something funky going on with it, which is what I guarantee.
You're going to need your detective's hat. I mean, we're speculating. Allegedly.
If we had more time, I would text them and ask them what
can I get pictures? Exactly. The way to cut to the chase, can I get a picture?
Yeah.
And if
or
the
they'll say,
no,
as soon as you get on the phone with them, I'll send you a picture. Then I know it's something messed up with it. Those are my favorites. I'll send you a picture.
Oh, shoot, man.
It is a 2020, so, I mean...
Oh!
Well, that's if this is legit.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That is a fascinating load. You know what?
Yeah,
on that note, man, I gotta go. I gotta make a phone call. I gotta see if I can try and get another. This is a potential Tuesday night's live interview show. So I got to make a phone call,
Okey-dokey.
have a meeting about that.
Okay.
This was a great
Okay.
show. Guys, thank you so much for all of the amazing live chat, questions, responses, advice, and good times.
Yeah.
This has been a fun
Absolutely.
show. Yeah.
Yeah, it has.
Sue, I think we covered everything we kind of needed to talk
I think so.
about. I think we
Yeah.
did, and I think you got some people contacting you. So thank you so
I
much
do.
for everything you do, and
No problem.
and keep her going. And I'll see you. I don't know. Just keep in
Thursday.
touch.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you so much, Sue. Take care.
All right. You too.
All right. Bye bye. And we let Sue go. Where did she go? Oh, the meeting's over. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in the live chat. I really appreciate it. This show's fun, and you guys make it that way. It's informative. I think we cover a lot of stuff. Actually, if you're new to dispatching, or you're a carrier looking for advice, maybe you're driving down the road, maybe you're stressing out, in this 90 minutes, there's a lot of information. A lot. There's a lot to learn, to share, to think about. So if you need help beyond this, though, there is a link to, I've got my dispatcher training series online. Here, I'm going to put the link. If you're looking to figure out how to be a better dispatcher, there's the link to my free dispatcher training series online. And it's up there. Great content. A lot of people have watched that. Go ahead and click on that. Check that out. Otherwise, if you are looking for more information, there's the link in the live chat. Feel free to contact Sue, Murphy Auto Transport Services. She's a friend of the show, and she's running a business. And so, just as we say, right? Like, even if we see a load and in the reference it says, do me a favor, sweet old lady, whatever. Favors are great. We love people, but this is a business, and this is a business channel. So if it doesn't make business sense, it's probably not going to happen, right? That's just, this is a business. We're running a business. So hopefully that helps you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Speaking of business, tune in tomorrow for Cars on the Move, live at noon, where Jay and Ty, I'm Jay, and then Ty Thompson, we're connecting dealers, auctions, and carriers live every Friday. And visit autotransportintel.com. You can get signed up for the roundtable. That's happening Monday night, the 14th at 7 p.m. And that's not posted online. You won't find that live on YouTube or anything. That is a private, invitation-only group. And we're talking about, talking to dealers, how to build a route, how to get customers. People are sharing stories of what's working for them. And it's a small group. It's great. It's an awesome thing. It's a safe place, too. So, thank you guys so much. Stay safe. Keep me posted. I'll see you soon. I'm checking out, and I'll be back tomorrow. Peace out.